Hitman in the top, trying to see a man topless, even the stick is gay. What's up, everyone? Today I wanted to talk about losing fans, because this is something I definitely have dealt with, and I know I'm not the only one. Like you can see a big artist monthly listeners go up and down, and technically they're losing fans when it goes down, but they're so big that it doesn't even matter for them. But for us, when we lose a fan, we have way less. So our connection with our fans is way more specific. We know the names of our fans. We probably follow them. We can see their journeys. We can see their life. Everything's more personal. But that doesn't mean that you won't lose fans. And I've definitely been you could say that, I've lost fans. I don't want to say I've been the victim of losing fans, but I remember during points in my career, at least in 2021, I would have a lot of Instagram support for my career. And I'd get fan art made, meme edits. I'd have all types of things made. And I was so surprised that anyone would make that of me. But I was grateful. And it's safe to say now that I don't have, as much fan page support. That has died down for me. I've still been creating content, but a lot of the people who used to support me a lot don't support me as much or don't support me at all. It hurts. It hurts. I wouldn't say it's their fault, and I'm going to get into why, but it hurts. First of all, as a content creator, when you feel like you're losing connection with the people that were close to you, as a content creator, you're trying to build that connection. So to see you lose it with some people hurts. But it's more complex than that, and it's not necessarily the people who left you's fault. You all remember the artists that got you into hip-hop, or the creators that got you into YouTube, or the inspirations that got you into doing what you're doing. There's a high chance you're not listening and watching all of those creators as you do now. They had a step in your journey. They were part of the reason you are who you are right now, but you probably don't listen to them the same way, or not connected to those creators the same way that you were before. However, that does not take away from the value that they provided to your career when you first started. Same way, every person has their own personal journey, and at one point, they thought your music was fitting or your content was fitting for their journey. And now, as they've grown and gotten past that part, they're moving on to different stages of development that require different creators. When you're not growing or growing in the same direction as them, then they're less likely to click on your content. And that's okay. People go their separate paths. But what does this prove? This proves that we should be even grateful for people rocking with us now, because we don't know when that's going to change. And for some reason, in someone's personal development, our story clicked with them, and they got to connect with our art, which is an amazing thing that we should be grateful for. It's not going to last forever, but then you're going to gain new fans who feel like they're currently in a place in life where your content is necessary and helpful towards them. So you're going to lose and gain new fans, but just remember, it's on point to the journey. It's not anything personal. It's just people have their own lives. Think about it like Toy Story. Right? Andy needed those toys. Those toys made Andy super happy. But there eventually comes a time and a point where Andy grows up. And I don't mean people are growing up when they're not checking your content anymore. They just grow to a different level to where that content's not relevant. But Andy grew up. Andy loved those toys. He grew up. And he's like, I don't really find the same love that I did for these toys, but I'm happy I had them. I'm grateful that they had such an amazing impact on my life. Now I'm going to pass these toys on to a new kid, and this kid can enjoy the toys the way I enjoyed the toys. The toys still have value, but just not to Andy anymore. And now they have values to a new group of people that are going through their development, a certain phase in their development. So everyone goes through phases, and you never know when people are kind of going to fall in or fall out of love with your music, but it's just a part of the process. You can't do it for them. You got to do it for you. In these moments, we have to really be grateful and understand what we're facing. People rock with what we're doing. That's very rare. There has to be so many variables that work in our favor for something like that to happen. So if someone rocks with what you're doing, be very grateful, because that's so cool that, you know, like their development aligned with what you're creating. And it's okay to let go, and it's okay to lose fans. It's okay to lose these people. I would advise, if you care about these people, to check in on them. If you just care about them as friends. But it's okay to lose. It's okay to lose these people. It's just a part of the process. You're developing, other people are developing. You can't expect people to stay with you, and they can't expect you to stay with them. It's like a relationship. If y'all are growing in different ways, like, it's not gonna work out. You know? You have to understand that if you're growing in different ways, you might have to cut it off. But it's no one's fault necessarily. It's just people take different paths. And that's okay. So don't think that something's wrong with you if you're losing your fans. There's not something wrong with you. It's just we got to develop as human beings. But let's be grateful for the moments that our stars align.